Hey guys, just wanted to show you my solidoodle3 here. I didn't bother doing an unboxing simply because, well, you can find plenty of those. I just wanted to show you the little bit of work that I did to get it running fairly nice. I just followed the instructions that came with it, and everything pretty much, went out without a hitch. The only thing I had a problem on this machine was the machine as shipped me the X limit switch, and I'll just zoom in. So the only problem I had with my solidoodle was the X limit switch here actually didn't trigger properly when the head was going into a home position, so the tension belt basically just started skipping on the stepper motors. So I actually just put a little piece of thick foam tape on the edge of the extruder head there, and now it's fine. So that was really the only issue. Other than that, the only change I made was I went to the local glass store, got an 8" by 8" piece of glass, only 2 mil thick, for $3. Put that on top of the heated bed here. I actually did try a couple of prints on the captain tape, and I really didn't get very good results. So after I popped the heated bed on and used just some heavy-duty hairspray here, or one of the stronger ones, just spray it a little bit on the bed, let it heat up for a while, and works great. Everything sticks absolutely perfect. Don't really have any problems with stuff sticking too well, though I haven't printed anything with a huge surface area yet. I did my little do-it-yourself foam board enclosure here, and that's to keep the temperature in. I have a fairly well air-conditioned shop here, and it's simply too cold. So what I did was I basically just took foam boards. I have tons of it, so I just used that. Cut some holes in for the windows, and I also have some sheets of clear plastic that I just taped on, and that's it. That's all I really had to do. The front panel, I just popped on some Velcro so I can put it on or off. Later on I'll actually make it pretty, do hinges, do acrylic, do the whole deal, but for now this works just fine. I have just a little bungee cord here that's holding up the data cable to the head. Without that, the data cable wants to kind of snag in there, and if your extruder header goes all the way to the left and to the back, it'll actually snag on stuff. So I just have it lifted up, and again, minor adjustments to be made later. So far this works just fine. I have the filament just feeding in through like a little hole in the back here. Again, not pretty, but it works for now, so I'm happy with it. And I have it feeding in through the middle so that the filament doesn't have the tendency to spool off of the roll and off to the side. I actually got to end up getting a kink yesterday because it couldn't feed in any more filament. The only other thing I have here, which I'll just bring the camera a little closer, is you can see I put in just a little thermometer in there. I have a couple of these kicking around for other stuff, so I just have it in there. And what I do is I just let the bed heat up for a while before it gets going, and I have the whole enclosure sealed up, and it'll usually get up to about 30 degrees Celsius, something like that on the inside, and seems to be fine. At some point what I may do is actually put a little tiny heater in the corner somewhere just to help raise the temperature and keep it up on the inside. From what I've been reading, that does help. I haven't had any real problems yet, but keep in mind I'm only just starting out on this. So pretty happy with the way it's performing. Heat up time is a little long right now, so I will have to figure something out, but we'll get a print started here very shortly, so I'll show you here. Alright, I'm just videotaping the screen here. If I was smart, I'd do a screencast. Basically, Reputate host, fairly easy to use, recommended to check out some YouTube videos. There's a great site for some tips that I found. It's called solidoodle3.wordpress.com. I think it was Ian Johnson, and that's a great site to when you're first starting out. He's even got some great calibration tips, which I haven't gone through all of them yet, but I will. So the next thing I'm actually going to be printing here is Well, I was going to be printing a GoPro tripod mount, but you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to remove this file, and I'm going to go with an iPhone case. There we go. There's our iPhone case. So pops it in there. I just have to make one change here. I do not want it printing support material on this one. So I'm just going to quickly turn that off. Alright, done. So this is down and dirty. I'm just doing 0.3 millimeters per layer. It's going to go fairly fast. I'm not worried about super high quality. This, like I said, this is a down dirty print, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So back in the object placement, let's just center it to be sure. Yeah. All right, somewhere in the middle. Good. I think we're going to be heated up here pretty good here. The bed right now, I have it set to about 115 degrees. That seems to work pretty well. I don't turn on the extruder heat until I'm pretty much ready to print. So, and I'm just going to check the temperature again. We're not bad. The interior temperature is pretty good, so let's get started here. Alright, here we go again. Let's give it a shot and see if it's going to do what we want. It's just waiting for the extruder to heat up to the final bit. It's just about there. First is going to do a skirt. I think I have it set to go around twice. So I fixed my little problem of the bed going down all the way to the bottom and then to the top. So fix that, and it's no longer extruding an anchor. So here we go, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Okay, and let's hope for the best. Alright, looks like we are done here. Let's pry this bad boy off. You can do a bit of work here. Oh, there we go. Come on, you can do it. That's hot. Sticking is not a problem, I'll tell you that much. Right. So here we go. This is the iPhone case I just printed. Not too bad. It handled the overhangs pretty well too. They seem to be pretty decent. This is a rough print. I'm only doing 0.3 millimeters per layer, and I just did a very small infill, fairly high speeds. So not bad, not bad. Let's see if the iPhone fits in it. I seem to remember that the on the site they were saying I should print it at 101%, so this may actually be too small. But you know what? It fits. The hole for the... oh, hang on, the top isn't quite on. Let's get it on there. So I probably could have printed at 101%. That probably would have been better. Because right now you can tell it's not quite there. And it could just be that the overhang is sagged a bit. That's actually quite possible. So it should actually be reprinted at 101% though, from what I can tell here. It's just a touch too small. So that's your ABS shrinkage right there. They did actually recommend you do it, give it 101% on the site, and I actually forgot about it. So I think I'll just print another one. I'm going to check how much this weighs. Alright, let's check how much this guy weighs. About 8 grams, and it's roughly, I think it's about, works out to about 4 cents per gram, so this piece cost me 32 cents, roughly. I think that's about right, because I pay about 40 bucks for the kilogram, so yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, I'm actually going to reprint this guy now, and at 101%. Alright, so I changed the scale a little bit in Repeté there, and I resliced it, reprinted it. So again, this is very rough. I think pretty much I'm going to be running everything really rough unless I'm ready to do a final nice version. So here we go. Oh, I'm putting it in the right way. Yes, okay. So it's just a touch loose, but you know what? It fits. So there we go. There's my iPhone case. And there we go. Overall, I'm really happy with the printer. Of course, I'm still learning. I've only been running it for a couple days now, just off and on, but very good things to say about it. The solidoodle forums are awesome for great information as well, and there's a lot of good info out there too, so you're not going to have too many problems. Like I said, all you really got to do, I made the mistake when I first started getting into it the first night. Check, read all the instructions, go through it line by line, and go slow, and you will be just fine.